After knowing about the goals of different people, it is now time to discuss the notion of development at national level. Hello students, now I am going to start the next topic of development, that is national development. Now what is development? Development is in all the fields like social, political, economical and cultural is called national development. Along with the meaning of national development in this topic, I also explain you that how the development of country is measured and what are the major indicators of development. Now, different people could have a different goals as well as conflicting notion for a country development. In previous video, I have already explained you that different people have different developmental goals. अलग अलग लोगों के अलग अलग विकास के लक्ष्य होते हैं और as well as their notion of national development is also different. सिर्फ उनके विकास के लक्ष्य ही अलग नहीं होते बल्कि जो उनके विचार या उनके जो व्यूज़, जो उनके आइडियाज़ कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट को लेके होते हैं वो भी पर्सन टू पर्सन, प्लेस टू प्लेस अलग अलग होते हैं. Now I have taken example here of different people who engaged in different profession or activities like farmer, trader, teacher and student. Now I am going to explain that what they wants India to develop in their fields. अब यहाँ पे मैं वन बाय वन एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ कि किस तरीके से ये अलग अलग फील्ड में कार्यरत लोग देश को अपने ही फील्ड में डेवलप होता देखना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि उस फील्ड में कंट्री अगर डेवलप करता है then that development always helpful in their development. Like farmer. Now farmer, he always wants India to develop in agriculture field. Because if country will develop in agriculture field, then he easily sell his products in high minimum support price. He also receives subsidies on different inputs as well as good irrigation facilities. Whereas a trader wants development of country in the field of trading, क्योंकि अगर देश ट्रेडिंग में डेवलप करता है then it provide better infrastructure to trader, high price for their products as well as the traders will also pay a less duties. Now for teacher, if country will develop in educational field, then the country will provide good educational institution, good salary and modern technology or etc. facilities to teacher. And students, he wants good institution, less fee, well qualified teachers and better facilities in school. So all these needs of student will only fulfill when the country will develop in educational field. So here we have seen that how the different people have different notions for development of country. Now different people have different notions of national development. अलग अलग लोगों के अलग अलग विचार हैं, अलग अलग आइडियाज़ हैं देश के विकास को लेके. Now here is one question, that due to differences or different notions of national development, how to decide what is best? अलग अलग आइडियाज़ की वजह से हम कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे कौन सा आइडिया बेस्ट है? So for this we have to follow or practice this theory, greatest benefit to greatest people. ऐसे गोल, ऐसे लक्ष्य, ऐसे आइडियाज़ जो अधिक से अधिक लोगों को अधिक से अधिक सुविधाएं प्रदान करता हो, बेनिफिट्स देता हो, ऐसे गोल को हमें अपनाना चाहिए. इट मीन्स ड्यू टू द कन्फ्लिक्टिंग गोल्स ऑफ पीपल, प्रायोरिटी इज गिवन टू दोज गोल्स which benefit a large number of people. So for achieving this one, we have to follow goals should be true, fair and just. जो भी लक्ष्य, जो भी आइडियाज़ हम अपनाते हैं वो हमेशा सही होना चाहिए और न्यायिक होना चाहिए. As well as government should impose same rules and regulation for all the people of country without any discrimination. सरकार को जो नीति, नियम और कानून बनाती है वो सब व्यक्तियों के लिए बराबर बनाना चाहिए. इसमें किसी भी तरीके का भेदभाव नहीं करना चाहिए. The next one, the policies and programs launched by the government benefited to whole country, not only the small group. जो भी पॉलिसीज़ बने, जो भी प्रोग्राम्स बने, वो पूरे देश के लिए बने, ना कि सिर्फ एक छोटे से समुदाय के लिए. As well as there should be need of solution of every problem. हर समस्या का समाधान अगर है तो देश जरूर विकास करेगा. The people should always cooperate to the government. For national development, there is one more way, and that is people should always cooperate to government. As well as the people and government always think about the national development, not their individual development. And by yes, comes to the next topic, how to compare different countries or states. Now, on the basis of development, we categorized different countries or different states into different category like developed, underdeveloped and developing. Now, when we compare different countries, different states or different things, they could have a similarities as well as differences. So the result depends on the purpose of comparison. और जब हम अलग अलग देशों को, अलग अलग राज्यों को, अलग अलग चीज़ों को कंपेयर करते हैं तो इन देशों के बीच में, इन राज्यों के बीच में, इन चीज़ों और वस्तुओं के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं समानता भी होती है, समानताएं भी होती हैं और कहीं कहीं भिन्नताएं भी होती हैं. अब फिर किस आधार पर, तब प्रश्न उठता है कि जब हम कंपैरिजन करते हैं तो उस कंपैरिजन का पर्पस जानना चाहते हैं कि हमें किस आधार पर उनके बीच में तुलना करनी है. फिर उस आधार पर हम दो देशों और दो राज्यों और दो चीज़ों या वस्तुओं के बीच में कंपैरिजन करते हैं. सो बिफोर वी कंपेयर डिफरेंट कंट्रीज और डिफरेंट स्टेट्स, फर्स्ट आई हैव टू क्लियर इट by taking one example. Now here is one class and the strength of class is 40. 40 बच्चे हैं इस क्लास में and these 40 students are differ on the basis of height, weight, health, knowledge and etc. So if we want to choose students for a quiz competition, अगर हमें क्विज कंपटीशन के लिए बच्चों को चुनना है तो बिफोर विदाउट कंपेयरिंग वी कांट चूज देम. सो ऑन विच बेसिस वी चूज देम? वी चूज देम on the basis of knowledge. हम कंपेयर करेंगे सभी के बीच में कि किसका नॉलेज लेवल कितना है. And in that case, height or weight doesn't matter. The same thing we also see in sports team. If we are selecting a students for sports team, so at that time we select the students on the basis of their health and stamina. So if you want to make a different teams or groups in class or schools like debate, dance, music, and so on, we always choose students on the basis of their talent as well as their intelligence. Now, all these points are basis on which we compare the countries or states and classified them into developed and developing countries. So I am going to explain each and every point in detail. The first one is per capita income. The country having high per capita income is developed country, and the country having less per capita income is developing country. The next is national income. The country having high national income is developed country, and the country having less national income is developing country. The next one is GDP. Now first you have to know what is GDP. The total value of all the finished goods and services produced within the country in the specific period of time is called gross domestic प्रोडक्ट. एक वर्ष के भीतर किसी भी देश की सीमा में जो भी फिनिश्ड गुड्स और सर्विसेज की जो वैल्यू होती है उसे हम जीडीपी कहते हैं. सो द कंट्री हैविंग हाई जीडीपी इज ऑलवेज अ डेवलप्ड कंट्री, एंड द कंट्री हैविंग लेस or low GDP is always a developing country. The next one is GNP. Now GNP means when we add income earned from abroad in GDP we get GNP. जब हम GDP में विदेश में जो हमारे नागरिक हैं उनके द्वारा कमाई गई जो आय है, जो इनकम है, हम जीडीपी में जोड़ देते हैं तब हमें जीएनपी मिलता है, ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट. तो जिस देश में जीएनपी ज़्यादा है, हाई है, वो देश डेवलप्ड है, और जहाँ कम है वो देश डेवलपिंग है. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज इंडस्ट्रीज. नाउ कंट्रीज हैविंग मोर नंबर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज are always developed, and the countries having less number of industries are always developing. Next is agriculture. Now developed countries always practiced commercial agriculture. जो developed countries होते हैं वो अधिकांशतः commercial agriculture को practice में लाते हैं, in which they export a large quantity of their agricultural products. But the developing countries, they mostly practiced subsistence farm of agriculture or subsistence farming, in which the farmers produce their product for their own purpose, not for marketing purpose. Next one is human resource. Now, the countries which provide good quantity and quality of human resource are always developed, and the countries have poor quantity and qualities of human resource are always developing countries. The next one is export and import. Now, when value of export is more than the value of import, it always give a favorable balance of trade. जब वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट वैल्यू ऑफ इंपोर्ट से ज़्यादा होता है तो ये फेवरेबल बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड प्रोवाइड करता है. एंड जहाँ पर ये पाया जाता है, जहाँ ये सिस्टम होता है, वहाँ या वो देश हमेशा डेवलप्ड होता है. एंड when value of import is more than value of export, it gives us unfavorable balance of trade. And this type of country is always a developing. For example, इंडिया में जो वैल्यू ऑफ इम्पोर्ट है वो वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट से ज़्यादा है, इसीलिए हमारे देश में जो बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड है वो पूरी तरीके से अनफेवरेबल है. द नेक्स्ट वन इज एजुकेशन एंड हेल्थ. Now, the developed country always provide better health and education facilities to their people, but on the other hand, the developing countries are very poor in health and education facilities. Next one is infrastructure. Infrastructure is one of the indicator of development. तो कंट्री जितना ही जो डेवलप्ड है वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में उतना ही बेस्ट होता है, और जो देश डेवलपिंग है वहाँ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर उतना अच्छा नहीं होता है. द नेक्स्ट वन इज़ जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़. द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज ऑलवेज गिव a better job opportunities to their citizens. On the other hand, the developing country always face the lack of job opportunities. Next is poverty. The level of poverty in developed country is always low, but it is very high in developing country. And the last one is self-sufficiency. The developed countries are always self-sufficient in agriculture product or in industrial product, but on the other hand, the developing countries are mostly depend on other country for fulfilling their needs. Now, for comparing countries, their income is considered the most important attribute. जब हम दो देशों की तुलना करते हैं तो उन देशों की जो आय है, जो इनकम है, उसे हम सबसे ज़्यादा श्रेय देते हैं इन द टाइम ऑफ कंपेयरिंग. नाउ, इनकम. द कंट्रीज having higher income is called developed country, and the countries having less income is called developing countries. Now the question is, what is income? आखिर ये income है क्या? Now, income of the country is the income of all the people of the countries. किसी भी देश की जो इनकम है, उस देश में रहने वाले लोगों की जो आय है वो कहलाती है उस देश की इनकम. And it is also called total income. But total income is not always useful for measuring or comparing two countries. Why? Because different countries have different size of population. अलग अलग देशों की जो पॉपुलेशन है वो भी अलग अलग है. जिस देश की पॉपुलेशन ज़्यादा होगी तो टोटल इनकम ज़्यादा होगी, जिसकी पॉपुलेशन कम होगी तो उस देश की टोटल इनकम कम होगी. सो दिस इज़ नॉट द एक्यूरेट way for comparing two countries. That's why here we have chosen average income for comparing the two different countries or state.